Hello my friends, my name is WeeAddy and welcome back to Sonic Origins, what I believe is now going to be the finale of the story mode, the finale of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We are in Sky Sanctuary Zone. This is the last line of defense of Angel Island. It is a sanctuary. It's away from all the evils of the world. I actually don't know where it is in the location of Angel Island, because this is way up in the clouds, and Angel Island's already in the clouds. I'm kind of unclear. But yeah, Eggman has just stolen the Master Emerald, and Knuckles has decided in his last bit of strength to trust us to go and reclaim it. So that we shall. This is a cool zone. Obviously it's a very much a fan favorite. It comes back repeatedly. And we're gonna get it again in Frontiers by the sounds of it. Alright, we got some repeat bosses here for nostalgia. Oh, I pressed Y and I didn't get Hypersonic there. I don't know if it's just me not pressing the buttons right or if it's like an input thing with Origins, but that was weird. But yeah. So, despite it being only the third game in the franchise, technically fourth if we're counting CD, it's like, yeah, we're gonna put some nostalgia in there. You're gonna fight the same first boss. Shit. You're gonna fight the same first boss from Sonic 1. So, like, they've been doing this shit for as early as they could, really. They probably would have done it in Sonic 2 if they could have. But yes, unfortunately I didn't get Hypersonic to blitz through here, because I took a hit. But, yeah, this is a cool zone. Like, it's very uniquely designed. Like, you can see various parts of the stage moving up and down as it's floating. It can be a bit hard to navigate at times, in my opinion, and you can bounce on clouds for some reason. But yeah, it's a very cool, iconic stage, especially with it being linked to like Knuckles' home. So very cool to be able to experience it, especially again in HD in widescreen. So very nice. And yeah, and then like this zone has been coming back plenty of times in Generations and, other things like the Sonic Minecraft DLC, and now we've got another fight here. I believe this one's from Sonic 2, from Metropolis Zone, actually, I believe. I really don't like the little, like, curved quills these robot balloons have. Look at the curved quills, it looks so cursed. Oh, also, yeah, we've got Mecha Sonic here. So this is also Mecha Sonic. We had Silver Sonic's Mecha Sonic in Sonic 2. This is the one that most people refer to as Mecha Sonic, because it kind of looks like an upgrade of Metal Sonic. But I believe it's unrelated. I think it's even unrelated to the Sonic 2 model. Or maybe this is like MK2, I don't know. I don't know the specifics of it. I don't think Sega even know the specifics of it. But it's a cool one that should be brought back more often, and it has a very unique boss fight with Knuckles that I'm not going to be able to show in this playthrough, but maybe we'll look at it later. Maybe there's a mission for it in mission mode, I don't know. We collected a good amount of rings there. Let's go hyper and dominate this stage. You can absolutely just blitz through sections here. Just by absolutely flying. And again, if you didn't pay attention to the last episode, flashing lights warning. There will be a lot of them with the screen nuke. We can actually show off the screen nuke on this stage too. So there's a guy there. I'm just gonna go and jump upwards, and he just dies. It's cool. It's cool. Hypersonic can screen nuke. He is, I think, the same speed as Supersonic, but it feels faster just with the way you can like blitz through the stage. He can breathe underwater as well. Like, Supersonic and Hypersonic are pretty similar, but they are different in just enough ways to make them unique. But yeah, people really want Hypersonic to return, and I tend to agree. I think it would be cool. No, I don't think it should come back all the time, but he is just cool. Okay, I'm sorry about the screen flashing. It's just so cool to use, being able to like dash back and forward. It feels like, I don't know, what does it feel like? Like wave landing, wave dashing in Smash Bros, kinda. But yes, I've already given you your warnings that there is going to be screen flashes. There we go, we've taken down Mecha Sonic. He's now powerless. It is going to cheese the fights that are coming up by using Hyper, but also, like, I've earned it. You really don't get a lot of stages to use Hyper in, so we're going to make use of him. And now, as the ground before us collapses, Sonic and Tails together are going to board the Death Egg, as it's relaunching into space using the Emerald to power it. We just about get there. Death Egg Zone. I'm wondering, because I don't know if I've realized, where was the other stage that had its music replaced? I said there was 3 in Sonic 3, and then there was a fourth one in Sonic and Knuckles, but I don't actually know what stage that is, because so far I don't think I've recognized it. Everything seems pretty normal to me, but maybe I just don't remember. I don't know. It might come to me. But I tell you what, this is definitely one of my least favorite stages. This is especially where I get fed up, especially when I streamed this most recently. This is where I was really just done with the game. I feel like it's cool that we're finally inside the Death Egg, but the fact that background never changes makes it really hard to, like, see where you're going. Like, you've got no sort of concept other than the foreground objects of your location. And on top of that, I don't think the music is that menacing or interesting in this stage. And lastly, I just think the level layout is bullshit and boring. I don't know. There's a lot of areas that I just don't think are very fun for this as a final zone. It's definitely challenging, but, like, honestly, and this is going to be blasphemous, I'd rather play Metropolis Zone. Like, I don't know. And especially when, like, this sort of, like, gimmick got brought back in Sonic Forces, it was so boring. I don't know. I don't get it. But that's basically been me and Sonic 3 in a nutshell. Sonic 3 in a nutshell is I don't get it. That's been my philosophy. And I mean, like, just look at, like, damn. I was about to say, look at the fact that, like, we're here in the Death Egg. Like, this is the final zone, essentially. And we have just about got all the Super Emeralds. We got them in Lava Reef Act 2. One before the Hidden Palace Zone. One before Sky Sanctuary. There's no more chances for Emeralds. We cut that very close, to be fair. Like, we could have very easily ended up without the Super Emeralds completed in this playthrough, because I didn't realize we were that close to the end of the game. I never realized that Lava Reef is the final zone, essentially, before you get to Sky Sanctuary. This is also why I hate this stage. People like this for, again, the spectacle. This is just such a waste of time. You have to sit here and wait for this to do what it's doing, and it shows you all these goodies, like, look at the lightning shield, look at the rings. You just have to fucking wait. Like, that was like 10 seconds or something, but, like, I didn't want to have to wait 10 seconds to play again. I didn't want to have to wait for the weird broop, 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 broop. And they reused that thing so many times. Okay, we're going hyper. I do like that you get to keep your shield abilities whenever you're in super form and hyper form. So I can collect rings while I'm hyper. That is, like, if you wanted hyper to be even more busted, get an electric shield. And you will just collect rings as you go without even needing to try. It is awesome. And also, hyper just makes this stage so much more bearable is what I was going to say. Oh no, have I got the glitch again? Because I'm pretty sure I've hit a checkpoint. And I went back to the start just in case. I'm going to restart anyway. We'll get back there. Okay, we're going to hit this checkpoint here just to be safe. I don't actually remember if I did hit a checkpoint. Maybe I didn't, but I restarted anyway. I was back at the start. It's not like I lost anything for doing so. Alrighty, we are back from this thing. Okay, I'm going to go hyper. And let's just blitz through. I'm in a different area entirely now. Oh, I'm going backwards. Okay. I can't go down. There we go. But yes, let us continue. I don't remember what we were discussing before this. But yes, Hypersonic just sort of makes this stage much more bearable to deal with, just because I don't have to deal with, like, a lot of the things that slow you down, like the electrical sections and stuff. Get screen nuked, bitch! Okay, we got my electric shield back, and we're basically back to where we were, so this is good. I have to deal with this bullshit, though. Like, again, this is a fun enough mechanic, but it's like, eh. Also, these conveyor belts are annoying. If you didn't realize, whenever you jump, it changes directions, so keep in mind which way you're facing whenever you jump, basically. Okay, I need to not go too fast in case I just fall into a bottomless pit. But thankfully, I can just blitz right over all these flashing lights. Remember when I said about going into a bottomless pit? To be fair, that was a really bullshitly placed bottomless pit. But at least my checkpoint remained. Yeah, that was some Sonic CD level design right there. But anyway, like I was sort of saying earlier, it's kind of annoying that this glitch is in it, like with the checkpoints, but again, so far that's the most egregious thing I've found. Like, all the other glitches so far have been so minor for me personally. One of the big glitches I have heard, which thankfully has not happened to me, is people losing their Super Emeralds when they're playing this. I've heard people get to, like, Lava Reef, and obviously we only got our last Emerald in Lava Reef, so maybe that's why we got away with it. But I've heard people on Twitter and stuff losing their Super Emeralds whenever they've gotten to, like, the last zone of the game, essentially. And that is not okay. That's no good. And then this section can be a bit confusing if you don't know what you're doing, but essentially you're hitting these lights on from yellow to red, and it's just a little bit of a bouncy thing with gravity, and then once you get all of them, you fly down here. Whoa. Went a bit fast there. But yeah, obviously, like, that is definitely not okay. Hopefully it's just a small one that's, like, in a bubble, because I have not experienced it myself, thankfully. And hopefully not many people have, but the fact that people have it all, that one's not okay. I said I would discuss them eventually, and that's one of the ones that need to discuss, is the fact that people can lose their Super Emeralds, and that's not on. Because they're a lot of work to get, especially if you're playing through story mode. Like, the last thing you want is, like, something that you worked hard towards getting ripped away. Now, apparently what you can do is similar to what I've been doing with the glitch with the checkpoints, which is if you restart your level, like if you you know, pause and hit restart before you jump into another giant ring. Like if you try to go supersonic and it's like, oh, I have 50 rings and it's not working, and then you pause and restart, it'll fix it. I've heard that is something, but again, that shouldn't be on the player to fix. And we're gonna cheese this boss fight too, but again, I earned this. I earned the right to cheese this. And I'm sorry again for the flashing, but I did warn you, when we get hypersonic, this is gonna happen a lot. Even the boss itself is just flashing like crazy. Like, normally that's a pretty fun and interesting one, but I don't know, I earned it. Nice. But there we go, we got through Act 1. We get 2 acts of Death Egg, which is kind of interesting. I thought you'd only get the 1, but 2 is cool. Get to keep our flame shield. And now we're out in space, as you can see. We're like on the outside of the ship now. So we're approaching the end here. Eggman is not far away. He doesn't have far to run. He can't really run now. He's kind of trapped, isn't he? Okay, now we got some gravity mechanics. You can walk on the walls, on the ceilings. Well, mostly on the ceiling. Not really the wall at all. Then we have some of these little mechanics, which are kind of similar to like CD, where it's like, you know, you enter a middle area, pick a direction and go. And then you see some of these little walls here that you can kind of go through the middle of, which will be coming up later in the level, you'll see. I want the 1-up. I want the 1-up. Nice. We got a shit ton of coins. Once we're done with this playthrough, like, I think, obviously we're going to go through for all achievements. Like, I'm going to make this as 100% of a playthrough as I possibly can. You know, once we're done with story mode, we'll do mission mode in full, and then after that we'll do the rest of the achievements that are outstanding, and then we'll be done with the playthrough. I don't know if things are going to be daily once I finish story mode. It just sort of depends on how much time I have. But once I'm done with story, that's like my main focus of the game finished. But I'd like to keep it up for mission mode, but we'll see. Obviously, by the time that you guys are seeing this, that will have already been figured out because, I mean, this is being recorded on the 3rd of July. I have been recording this one session for quite some time with the intention of finishing it. Because before this, I was on... Where was I? Marble Garden? No, Carnival Night. No, we began Ice Cap. That was the first stage of the day. So that's like how long ago it's been since we began this session. So it's been a big session. I wanted to get this game finished as soon as possible. And by the time that this episode goes up, like I'm gonna be like 30 years old, even though I'm 27. By the time this episode goes up, I'm sure we'll be on like, I don't know, it's been like 6 parts, and I got like 2 more parts going up. It'll probably be like well over a week from the day I'm recording this. That's wild. I've never been this efficient in years with the way my channel's been going. And can I also say, like, I wasn't going to bring this up, but since we're so far in, like, if you're watching this, then you must really be dedicated to the series, and I must thank you for that, because, you know, it's Sonic, and, like, anyone can play this game, pick it up and play it. It's something that people cover on their channel extensively. There's entire channels that are Sonic focused. I am not one of them. If you're here for only Sonic content, you will not be disappointed, because I do a lot of Sonic, but you won't be satisfied with the amount of Sonic, because I do other things. I have almost 1,000 videos. In fact, this video could even be number 1,000 by the time it's out. There was 991 videos uploaded last time I checked, and there's another one to go up today. So, I mean, we're blitzing through with games and videos and all sorts of things, and I would appreciate it if you guys stuck around, because, you know, as I'm recording this, like, episode 8 of Sonic Origins, for some reason, got recommended by YouTube on people's recommended page, and it has 500 views. The rest of the videos are all like, the most that one of them has is like 40, and that's preposterous. Not in the aspect that like the only other highest amount is 40. The idea that I have a video that came out within a week that has a 500 viewership is bonkers for me. Like, I can't thank you guys enough. If you're watching this playthrough right now because you saw Sonic Mania episode, or Sonic Origins episode 8, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Like, that is such a wild thing for my channel. It's something entirely new for me to be recommended by YouTube, so I appreciate it that you're sticking around if you are. And if you didn't come from that, then thank you anyway, because you made it to this episode. This is... Oh, thank God, I thought I died. This is essentially the finale. Like, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the finale. Like, you've made it all this way. You've gone through the entire thing, and this is bound to have been, like, a nearly 20-part series by the time that this episode comes out, so fair play to you for sticking it out. Like, it's 20 episodes of classic Sonic, and, you know, there's only so much you can take of Sonic after a while. Like, when I was speedrunning Mania, I know that, you know, people were getting a little bit fed up with how often I was playing it. So, I get it if this got tiresome, especially for people who were watching this daily, or who maybe subscribed to my channel and they didn't subscribe for Sonic and they had no choice but to watch Sonic for a week. Or not a week, for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, by the time it's all said and done. So, I apologize for those people, but at the same time, thank you so much for people who wanted to watch this playthrough in full. Anyway, enough gushing. We're here at what is essentially the final boss of normal stages. We have a nice gravity boss here. You go into these up and down sections and make these spiky little things that this thing kind of shits out, hit it on the other side, because you can't attack it yourself. So you have no choice but to use this. And also, I really need to keep the shield, because now I have no rings. So it can be a bit troublesome, this boss. I need to go out and back in. But essentially, his little shields that he has will follow you wherever you go, so you can't attack him directly. So you can't cheese it with hypersonic, which is cool. But you gotta use the boss's own thing against him. So it's cool in a way, like you use the boss's own items against him. But also it's still got that problem of like, all I'm doing is sitting here on the left side of the screen going up and down. Like I'm not really putting a lot of impact, like I don't need to do much. And there's not a lot of agency here. I just do this repeatedly until it works. So, I'm not even using the right-hand side of the screen, so it's a bit underwhelming, but it's also still like a cool concept using the gravity mechanics. Hit him. Yes. Avoid the spike. We're doing alright. I went a bit early there. So yeah, it's a bit underwhelming for the end of the Death Egg, but this isn't the final boss. We all know it's not the final boss. Let's go again. The fact that the teleport sound, or like the warping sound, is the transformation sound for Supersonic is kind of off-putting. I'm gonna miss, damn it. Can't do anything from the top, which is just annoying. Alright, here we go. I think I might have done that too early. No, that's fine. Oh no, it blew up! It blew up before it hit him. Okay, just wait a minute. I went back in way too early. There we are. Maybe not too early after all. That one was too early. And I still hit him. There we go. Alright, Eggman, you're done. Death Egg Zone. We're not even in an act anymore, we're just in Death Egg. Here we are. This is the final boss. We have a giant Death Egg robot. Probably the size of the one that you get to see in Sonic Movie 2. Like, this one is fucking huge. Like, this is a cool boss. Okay, this is the one where I should be able to spin dash between these. Yes, okay, good. So you can spin dash between the fingers and get, like, extra hits in real quickly. It's really awkward when it's just the one finger. Looks weird. Also, I've just noticed how weird the robot itself looks without a mustache. You never really realize how important the mustache is to the overall look. There we go. I'm glad we still have this electric shield, because right now we've been given no rings. It's not meant to be like Sonic 2's ending boss in that regard. Okay, so now we have a chase sequence where it's going to follow us down and breathe fire at us. All you need to do is sort of hit it on the nose, and then you can do a couple hits on the emerald itself, which he's using to fire at you. Once again, Tails can kind of fuck you by doing a hit and then making you go right through it. This lightning shield is actually helping out very much, because usually you only get the one jump, and it can be kind of a tight jump. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Oh, sweet. Okay, we took that down pretty quickly. So you see there we've had two phases of this boss. And now Eggman's still not done. He's just like, I'm not quite done yet. And then you have to chase him down and hit him as you run, which can be very easy to fall off the edge, because like when you hit him and you lose your speed, it's so terrifying. I don't even have my drop dash because I've got the lightning shield. Like, oh, look at this. Like if I didn't have that lightning shield, I'd be like close to dying there. This part alone can be tough just based on that. There we go. He's finally dropped the emerald. And I guess we're done. Or are we? I mean, he dropped the emerald. I don't understand that aspect of it there, but we have one final zone. If you have supersonic or hypersonic, there is a final zone where Eggman flees with the Master Emerald. And you must catch up to him. Collect as much rings as possible before you catch up to him, because you don't get any more after this section. And he's shooting at you. This is like the first like supersonic in space fight, which is super cool. You're gonna hear a lot of my D-pad going mad here. I could probably use the thumbstick, actually. Oh, that's much nicer. It's probably a little bit cursed. Okay, but we can speed. Like, if we press the A button, we can use a dash of speed to get closer to him quicker. I'm just trying to collect as much rings as possible. I think I'm out of the ring section now. No, I'm not. And I think these rings are in patterns, so, like, you can get these memorized for the best possible route. But yeah, essentially all we're doing is trying to catch up to him right now. And then when we get there, we can't really fight him ourselves. Okay, I'm just going to speed through here and get close to him. Just spamming that A button. We should get to him any minute. There we go. So yeah, he's trying to make a break for it now. So what you do in this fight is you use his own rockets to hit him in the face, essentially. You can't damage him yourself, somehow, despite being hypersonic. So this is your only method. And you obviously can't be stopped because you're hyper. So all you can do is try not to get hit and stunned, because you want to try and deal as much damage as you can with the rockets themselves. Come on. So you gotta, like, lead them towards you. I don't know why he thinks it's gonna do anything, but obviously you're on a timer. You've only got a ring count to deal with. But there we go, that wasn't too bad. We got enough rings at the start to not make it a challenge. You really need to collect those rings at the start, otherwise you're gonna have a bad time. And there we go. That is Sonic 3. Except no, it's not. He's escaping again in his Death Egg robot. So now we gotta track him down again. Now we actually have to bash into him. We get a couple more rings here. But every time we hit him, we get launched back. I missed him there. So this one can be kind of challenging again. Just gotta hit him a couple times. He's like really desperate to get away, which is actually really kind of cool. Like how desperate he is to succeed this time with this Master Emerald. He's not succeeded in Sonic 1 or with the Chaos Emeralds. Not succeeded in Sonic CD with the Time Stones. He's not succeeded in Sonic 2 with the 7 Chaos Emeralds. He really wants this Master Emerald, but we won't let him have it. And just like that, we are done. Is this different music? This sounds like it's different. But there we go. That is the true ending of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We reclaim the Master Emerald. Yeah, this is definitely different music. I would have expected it to just be like the do-do-do-do-do-do-do, because they have the rights to that song, so why are they not using it? I guess they just wanted a unique ending credits theme. Maybe this music is in the game before, but I don't recognize it at all, and I've definitely beaten Sonic 3 before. If this has been in it before, you let me know in the comments. But there we go, we restore the Master Emerald to Angel Island, and it regains its ability to float in the sky. And Sonic and Tails say their goodbyes. Their deed here is done. Eggman is defeated, and Knuckles can go back to living peacefully on his island. At least until Sonic Adventure. But that's for another day. Oh, there we go, there's the music that I know. And Knuckles, you know, being the loner that he is, finally decides to open up and make some friends with these guys. But there we go, that is Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. It's honestly way better playing it this way, like compared to like Gems or Mega Collection and compared to the actual cartridge I have for the Sega Mega Drive. This has been a much more enjoyable experience. I definitely appreciate Sonic 3 a lot more. I still prefer Sonic 2, but I definitely don't think it's as overrated as I used to. And again, with all like the lore implications that people have made theories about, I think it's, you know, got a lot of importance in the franchise. So I definitely very much appreciate it for what it's been doing. But that said, that brings us to the end of this playthrough. So for the last time, I'm going to fade out and let the credits play, and then we'll watch the ending cutscenes. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. I'll see you again next time. Goodbye. there we go, presented by Sega. I have to say, I did really enjoy this playthrough. I enjoyed Sonic Origins. I thankfully didn't get as, messed around with glitches as I could have been, and we got the nice, good ending with Hypersonic. Let's see the ending cutscene. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. Lovely. Maybe I'm not cut out for this life. Fuck off! It's the little snake creature from Sonic 2 he's like floating onto. Oh no, it's stuttering! Oh, this is absolutely delightful. Damn, this is some good animation. Ooh. Alright, Sega. Or, alright, whoever designed the music, I think it's, what's his name? Is it Tyson Hess? All titles clear, congratulations, you can watch the special Sonic Origins ending in the museum. Tyson Hess, I think he makes the music for, like, these animations, isn't it? Let me see. Yeah, the Sonic Origins ending, there it is there. That was a good ending, I liked that. I did, unfortunately, get spoiled by watching, the Sunset City podcast, that the ending did have a musical cue that tied it into Sonic Mania. So I was like, oh, it would have been nice to know about that without going ahead. But I mean, it has been like over a week since the game came out, so that's all me for taking so long to finish it. But there we go, Sonic Origins. Honestly, there's some problems here they need ironed out, but hopefully they will get ironed out. It's just a matter of time, but for what it is, it's a pretty good collection. Is it the definitive way? For me personally, yes, it's the definitive way to play these games because it's on console, it's easily accessible, and it's got the Whitehead ports of Sonic 1 to CD that I love. There's still issues with them themselves, but again, that can be ironed out if Sega will allow it. We've got a HD 16:9 version of Sonic 3, which is also very sound and well put together, which again, just needs a little bit of love put into it. Sega just needs to give Headcanon Stealth that extra little bit of time that they needed. So hopefully they will. But as it stands right now, this is honestly one of my favorite ways to play these games. I will most likely come back and play these again. But next time on Sonic Origins, we will play Mission Mode. So we have missions for all 4 games here, and we are going to play through every single one of them, including the super hard missions. And yeah, we're going to be going for all S rank if possible. And yeah, let's also quickly, while we're here, just buy like everything in the museum that we can. We even got music here from like Smash. I wish it would play when I came out of the music though, but there you go. And what's this? It's an arrangement of the title screen from Sonic. Ah yes, a lot of this music is Generations. They really want to like... A lot of this unlockable music is just from Generations, but yeah, I'm gonna go through here and just unlock a whole bunch of shit real quick. And we're approaching the end of the amount of coins I have to spend. And there we are. No, I'm not going to go through all this stuff. A lot of this stuff has been available for many, many years in many other compilations, mainly Genesis, or Gems and Mega Collection. But yeah, this is obviously going to be for achievements, so I've gone ahead and unlocked every single music in the Premium Sound Collection, as you can see here. And I've gone ahead and unlocked every single movie in the Premium Movies Collection, which is basically just all a bunch of animatics. Let's take a look at the ending animatic there for the ending outro there. Very cool. So, yes, we're going to end this playthrough here for the story mode. Next time begins mission mode. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.